Hey, welcome to the Handmade Daily. Today I'm going to show you how to make an applique pendant out of polymer clay. It's really simple to do. I'm going to give you your supplies list. Go ahead and gather everything up and then we'll get started. For this project you need a ball chain, a toothpick, a bezel pendant, daisy spacers, clay, a small piece of butcher paper, and a sculpting or dotting tool. I'm going to start by creating my base color. I'm going to take this gold color and this brown and just mix it, condition it manually, and just until the color is even. There's no more of these swirls. Just keep working it until you get a nice even color all the way through. And then take it and roll it between your palms so that you get a nice smooth round of clay like this. And then place it in the center of your dish or bezel pendant. Now don't press into the center. Press along the sides, along the edges to get a dome shape. You want the applique work to pop off of this base. So dome it, don't press in the middle. Now I'm using this piece of butcher paper. It's my special trick to get rid of fingerprints. If you just blot it all the way around with a piece of butcher paper, it works really well, and it gives you a nice clean canvas to work your applique design on. So we're going to start our applique design by taking a dotting tool and making an impression, and then we're going to take a small piece of cream color clay and press it in the center lightly. You still want it to look round. For my first round of petals, I'm going to use this rust color. Rolling it into a thin rod like this makes it easy to pinch off teeny tiny pieces of clay like this. Now we're going to take these and leave a small gap of space between these four and the center of the flower. Now take a toothpick and press at an angle towards the center. Pressing at an angle creates these little petals with very little effort. You let the toothpick do all of the work. So now that we got the four started petals, we're going to go between each of these petals and we're going to place another petal. And see how I left this small gap between the petals and the center? We're going to go in with this peach color, and another set of petals is going to go between the center and the first round of petals. And I'm not going to evenly space these. I'm just going to put them all the way around. Just fill in the space until there's no more room. And you're going to get this nice layered effect. See how the flowers just kind of come off of this dome shape? It kind of pops out. And we're going to just build around this first flower. I'm going to add a half flower off to the side. And the half flower is just 4 petals. And then I'm going to stack more petals on top of the half flower. Kind of gives it like a flyaway effect. I'm just going to go ahead and add another one onto the other side. Now I'm using the rust color. These little flyaway petals you can put anywhere. You can stack them up on top of each other. You can add them off to the side. And I'm going to add another flower before I start adding my vines. Now these little vines, they're the thickness of a thread. It's very, very tiny pieces of clay. I'm going to situate these sprigs coming out of the tops of the flowers and off to the side. I'm also going to add a couple little stems to the other flowers. Later on we're going to kind of tie everything together, and this will all make sense here in a bit. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to add another, and I'm curving these little sprigs a little bit because we're going to be building these little golden bonnet flowers along the vines. Now I'm going to go ahead and create all of my little pinhead size rounds. It makes this process easier before I get started. I'm going to use these vines as guides, and I'm going to stack these petals along the vines. Just back and forth. Use the toothpick at an angle. It's going to create these petals for you. And leave a little sprig of the vine coming out of the top. And you can add just the 2 like I've done here, the 2 rows, or you can go up through the center like I'm going to do and add another row, and it kind of gives it more of a cone kind of shape to it. It makes the bonnet look a little more 3D. I'm going to go to the other side and add some bonnets along these vines right here. And then probably add a couple of little half flowers down here at the bottom, kind of fill in this space. You don't have to, you can embed a Swarovski crystal or something, but I'm just going to add more flowers. A couple of little flyaway petals here and there. And now I'm going to add some leaves. Now, you start out with a tiny round like this, and then roll it between the pads of your forefinger and your thumb, and you're going to get a little oval shape. And do exactly what you did with the petals and press in at an angle. It creates this leaf effortlessly. The toothpick does all the work for you. That's why I use a toothpick. They have a little more rounded shape than a needle. Some people use needles. I don't. The toothpick works better for me. I'm putting these little leaves all over the place. I'm filling in the gaps between the flowers and just everywhere I can. Now I'm going to add a little daisy spacer. You don't have to do this, but they're kind of shaped like flowers, so I'm just adding them to the bouquet. And press them in, and then I add just a little round piece of clay on top of it. Before I cure this, I'm going to add some texture holes. These aren't necessary, just my personal preference. I like a little texture to my designs. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cure it at 250 degrees for 10 minutes. And after it is cured, I'm going to thread a ball chain through it, and it's ready to wear. Or better yet, wrap it up and give it as a gift this holiday season. Hope you had fun with this project. Go ahead and subscribe to the Handmade Daily channel for more tips, tricks, and how-tos.